Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having me here.
The pleasure is all ours.
Hi, Shrishti. Hi, Dr. Ambika. I can see you here. And to everyone, I think the meeting link got changed, so I logged in from another meeting link, and just now I saw the message.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I, Srishti Bajaj, on behalf of COMHUB, the Commerce Society of Dyal Singh Evening College, welcome you all to this two-day skill enhancement bootcamp and to this very exciting workshop on the topic personality development and communication skills. Before we move any further, I request you all to kindly maintain the decorum throughout the session. You can post your queries through the chat box, and we will make sure that they are addressed at the end of the session. I ask you all to keep your cameras on and keep a notebook and a pen with you. I would also like to welcome everyone watching us live on YouTube. Personality development goes a long way in reducing stress and conflicts. It encourages individuals to look at the brighter side of life and face even the worst situations with a smile. It helps one develop a positive attitude in life. Personality development plays an essential role not only in an individual's professional but also personal lives. It makes an individual disciplined, punctual, and an asset for the organization. To provide you with a better understanding of the same, on behalf of the COMHUB team, I would like to welcome our esteemed guest speaker, Coach Tanya Bhatia. I would now like to call upon Ms. Ambika ma'am to introduce our guest speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I, Dr. Ambika here, on behalf of the ComHub team and the audience, have the honor of introducing our esteemed guest speaker for today's session, Ms. Tanya Bhatia. Ma'am is a personality development and communication skills expert. She helps women professionals, women entrepreneurs, corporates, and students to become confident speakers and communicators. She's an internationally certified trainer, a life and mindset, soft skills, confidence, communication, and public speaking coach. Now, without any further delay, I would like to invite our esteemed guest for sharing her insightful views on the topic personality development and communication skills. A very warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ambika. And Shrishti, thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you, everyone who is present here. I would encourage you to please switch on your video so that you can have a better learning experience. It is rightly said that if you want to improve your personality, start it from this session. You know, when I can understand that we feel comfortable hiding ourselves behind the camera, but this is your opportunity, this is your life, and this is your moment to shine bright and work a little on your personality. So it just requires you to come out of your comfort zone a bit. So can I have a few more people who can switch on their cameras? It all starts from a small effort. Thank you, Dr. Indu. Thank you so much. Okay. So I believe that you would be doing that on your own. And let me start sharing the PPT. This is going to be an interactive session. So I would definitely want everyone to participate their 100%, maintain the energy during the entire session. Because if we want to enhance our personality, one thing that we should definitely work upon is our energy. Maintain your energy in your personal life and in your professional life whenever you move out from the college and step into the professional world. Please try to work on your energy. Energy is everything. Whenever people see you, they first of all see your energy. If you will sound very lazy, underconfident, not enthusiastic in talking to people, then your personality will not shine bright. So let's start with making a small effort where you promise yourself that every day when you wake up, you're going to wake up with your highest energy. Every day when you step out of your house, you're going to step out with your highest energy. Every day when you say good morning to someone, you say that with your highest energy. And every day, whenever you set out to do any work, be it your academic work or be it any kind of extracurricular activity, I would definitely encourage you to maintain your which level energy? 0, 5, or 10? Please answer someone. What level energy you should maintain? 10.
10.
Okay. Thank you so much for your response. Now, let me share my screen and we are going to start with the session. Let me know if you are able to see it. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Not yet, Tanya.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I will just see this once again. Yeah, thank you everyone for your patience. And I think here it goes. It should be visible now. Okay, so I want everyone to maintain your highest level energy at least for this session. Let's make a quick shift in our energy, everyone. I would request everyone to please sit straight and just assume that this session is equivalent to a 10 crore deal. Now, what do I mean by 10 crore deal? Now, whenever there is an important meeting that you have to attend or any important event that you have to attend, and you know that at the end of it you are going to get 10 crore rupees, I know all of you will be switching on your camera, you will be presenting your best personality, and you will try to win over the conversation with the other person. So in this session also, I would want you to just think like that, as if everybody is watching you. This is your time to shine bright. And you never know that who could give you any sort of opportunity just depending on your personality. So maintain your highest level energy just as if this is a 10 crore deal. And this is one mantra that I follow in my life, not always, but to the maximum extent possible. Because even I am not God, I am a human being and I strive to improve every day. So whenever there's a thought which comes into my mind that today I'm not feeling like working, today I'm not feeling like presenting my best self, I only remind myself that can I feel that in this moment, whatever I'm doing is going to give me 10 crore rupees. If that's going to be my attitude, I'm going to show up in my best of intention. So with this, I welcome you all. And let me ask you, can everybody tell me or can anyone tell me why have we chosen this topic of discussion? Personality development and communication skills. I have the answer here, but I would want to know from just one
Because
person.
most of the students lack this skill, like everyone to learn this skill, but no one is able to like win this skill like
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pulkit. Bhumi says to improve skills. Okay. I really appreciate that you all are participating. Let me tell you one thing. The better you develop your personality, the better you develop your personality, the lesser time it takes for you to achieve your goals. हम जितनी जल्दी अपनी पर्सनालिटी को जितने अच्छे से डेवलप करेंगे उतना कम टाइम हमें लगेगा अपने गोल्स को अचीव करने में. Do you agree with this? Everyone, do you agree with this? Okay, now let's move on to this slide. It says, you didn't come this far to only come this far. So I would like to speak to Anjali right now. Anjali, can I have you? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, Anjali. So Anjali, it says you didn't come this far to only come this far. अब इतनी दूर अभी तक इसलिए नहीं आए हो कि बस आपकी यही डेस्टिनेशन है. So what do you think that how far do you want to go?
I don't think there are any such set limits to how far we can reach, because the farther we go, the more higher our goals will get, and eventually there isn't going to be a set limit for it. So,
Excellent. I like your attitude, Anjali. There shouldn't be any limit to it. The higher we keep going, the more we keep going, the more goals we keep setting. So if you have come till here in your college life, and soon after this, you will be going to go in your professional life, You have not come here only to be here. You have come here so that you can go really far. And that's where it is extremely necessary for you to develop your personality. Okay? Now, I really want you to pay a lot of attention to this slide. Knowing others is intelligence. जब हम दूसरों को जानते हैं, that means हम अपनी इंटेलिजेंस यूज कर रहे हैं. बट जब हम खुद को जानते हैं, when we know ourselves, that is the true wisdom. जब हम दूसरों को मास्टर करते हैं, उनसे जीतने की कोशिश करते हैं, that is the strength. वो हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है, definitely. But when we master ourselves, that is the true power. दूसरों को जानना बहुत इजी है, बट खुद को जानना डिफिकल्ट है. And that is why that's the true wisdom. Competing with others is easy. And that is where we understand our strength. But if we compete with ourselves and master ourselves every single day, every single day, every single day, that's where our true power, true potential lies. Anyone would like to share any insights on this particular slide? Just one person. I would be very happy to hear your insights. There's so many students here. I can see we have Pulkit, Abhishek, we have Anika, Naz, and it says 63 more. So I hope somebody who can let me know that have they realized who they are? Have you realized who you are? Do you know who you are?
Yes, ma'am. Like we are in the race of analyzing ourselves to try the things, to explore the opportunities, and ultimately to get to know that where we are and where we have to go in future.
Okay, great. So do you think there's a still lot of scope where you can identify who you truly are? What is your true potential?
Ma'am, I don't think I know myself truly because there's still a long way to go, and we're facing challenges, we're finding solutions, analyzing ourselves. So I think it's going to take a long time to truly understand ourselves, but we're in the process. So yeah.
Beautiful, Anjali. Thank you so much, Rahul, and thank you so much, Anjali. It really shows me that you identify that nobody can know themselves truly to a lot of extent. You are still in the middle of your journey, and once you keep on unraveling your path, you will be able to identify through experiences that who you truly are. And that's where you will identify that what is your true personality. And that is the role of your personality development. So with this, I move on to the other slide. This is something about me, and this is how I help people. So somebody just introduced me. Thank you so much for that. I'll move on with the guidelines here. So first, I want everyone to participate in the session. Please be very mindful of your energy. Even if you are not switching on your video, maintain your highest level energy. It is very easy to think that it is okay, I will just listen a little bit and let's see what will happen. But to truly give your focus in the session and give your 100% energy will actually make you shine with your personality. So let's today start from here. So participate in the session. That is what I would expect from everyone. Now you're grown up and you know that how you have to mute and unmute. So whenever you are not speaking, you can mute yourself, and whenever you want to speak, please unmute and please ask your question. Stay focused. Stay till the end. Please do not leave in between. And at the end, I would give you the opportunity to ask questions. So please make the use of that opportunity and do ask questions. Okay, now we start with this activity. This is something to charge you up, because I know that even if I say that have 100% energy, 10 level energy, you won't be really putting all your efforts. So I want you to think of one object which is kept near you. Bring and show it to everyone on camera and describe what is similar between you and that particular object. I hope everybody understood what we have to do in this activity. Otherwise, I'll just explain you. Right now, I have this notebook with me. It's a small notebook. It has a number of paper sheets. So if I were to choose this object, I would choose this particular notebook. And I will give my introduction like this. Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya, and I have chosen this particular notebook to describe myself. And after that, I will share something similar between this notebook and me. So, how will I give this answer? I will say that I think that I'm like a notebook because whenever I buy a new notebook, there are a lot of pages in it, and every page, once it is filled, the next page is empty. So, similarly, in my life also, there are a lot of experiences that happen, a lot of challenges that happen. But every day, my endeavor is only to look at the new day and the new chapter and start it from the beginning. Not really thinking much about the past, but yes, for trying to focus more on the clean slate, that means the new day. As we write in a notebook, we know that half of the notebook is filled. Still, we believe and we feel happy to start from a new page. So, similarly, I also look forward to starting each day on a new page. So, that's something about me. I chose this particular notebook as my object. Now, who wants to go next? I would want like four people to give their introductions. Yes, Ishprabha. Yes, please. You can switch on your video, please.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening, Ishprabha.
So what I can see out of my window is the metro, who just from morning to evening goes from one station to second station and goes on traveling. It's same in my life. I'm also traveling and just a routinical work, going to college, coming from the college, doing the studies, revisions, practice, and like the metro, my life is going on. That's it from my side.
Your mic is mute, I guess.
Thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you so much, Ishprabha, for taking this initiative and speaking. I would want everyone to please applaud for her. Thank you. Ishprabha, now you please choose another participant. It could be your friend, it could be anyone. Can you take a name of another participant who you would want to go next? Okay, I think I can't hear you. I will choose another person then.
Mute, Peter.
I cannot able to see where the people are raising their hands.
Okay. So even I cannot see that. Anyone else? Okay, let's do this quickly. Three more people. Okay, Anjali Chabra has raised her hand. Yes, Anjali, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
I have the smiley ball next to me. I normally use it as a stress ball, but yeah, like when at times when I'm low, I just look at the smile and I realize that sometimes just smiling to another person back, like smiling back to another person, is enough to maybe help them feel a little better if their day isn't going good or well. And it helps myself, like me as well, to just smile and get through the day. So yeah, smiley ball.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nice choice. I also have this smiley ball and I really like to keep it near me. Thank you so much. Anjali, would you want to please take the name of another participant? It could be your friend who is there in the meeting, and I would really want you to take that name. Let's have some fun.
I think I'll choose Vinayak. Vinayak, is he there?
Okay. Vinayak, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, mom, I'm there, mom.
Okay. Can you switch on your camera and show us the object that you feel like it's similar to you? And you could speak on
Yes,
that.
mom. Sure, mom, sure.
Okay, great to see you. Yes, yes, please.
So, ma'am, the object near me was my headphones.
Okay.
So, I would like to describe them that they make as much noise as I make in the class. Yeah.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Okay, thank you. And one more person, Vinayak. You need to nominate one more person for this activity.
Okay, just a second.
I'm sure you must be remembering a few names.
I would like Anushka.
Okay, Anushka, please go ahead.
Hi everyone. So let me just turn on my camera just a second.
Okay.
Am I visible? Hi. So next to me is my window. The curtains are closed right now, but so outside my windows is a very huge garden, and it has a lot of trees. And one thing about me is that I really connect with nature. So it makes me realize how big the world is and how tiny my existence is. So it helps me not overthink. Yeah, that's basically it.
Beautiful, Anushka. How big the world is and how tiny our existence is. Thank you so much. This helps you to not overthink. That's such a beautiful thought. And okay, so with this, I got to know a few people through this activity. Thank you so much for taking the initiative, for speaking. And now I want to do one more activity on personality. So I would give you a definition of personality. After this, I will give you certain questions. You think about those questions, and then I will give you the conclusion of those questions. Okay? So, when we talk about personality, personality means what we think, what our feelings are, what is our attitude, how do we behave, and how do we use our skills and knowledge. I repeat again. What do we think? What do we feel? Then, what is our attitude? What is our behavior? And how do we utilize our skills and knowledge? That sums up our personality. So, our personality starts with a very basic thing, which is our thought. हम क्या thought सोचते हैं? हमारे क्या feelings रहती हैं पूरे दिन में? What is our attitude that we carry? What is the behavior that we carry with ourselves and with the surroundings? And at the end, whatever skills and knowledge that we have, are we utilizing it to the maximum possible extent? That sums up to our personality. Okay, so I'm giving you a few questions. You can make a mental note of them. You can, I would ask you to mark the answers for these questions on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 means it does not exist in your life. Then 2.5 means it is somewhere in the middle. 3 means a little more, 4 means a little more, and 5 means yes, it absolutely exists in your life. Okay? So the first question is, are you open to new experiences in life? Are you open to ideas and perspectives? Now with this, make a note of it, give yourself some points. Anybody who has a score of 5 in this? 5 out of 5? Okay, Anjali. Okay. Thank you for sharing. And so people who have a score of 3.5, 4, or 5, the answer to this, what you can find out about your personality is that you are imaginative, you are creative, you are curious, and you are adventurous. So Anjali, is this true for you? Are you imaginative? Do you consider yourself curious, creative, and adventurous? Okay, thanks Anjali. Okay, next we move on to this. Now these are another set of questions. I want you to start again. Are you an organized person? क्या आप organized तरीके से अपनी life जीते हैं? Are you responsible? क्या आप अपने life की responsibility लेते हैं या दूसरों पे blame डालते हैं? Okay, so are you responsible? Are you a reliable person? That means if someone reaches out to you for any task, can they rely on you? Or after few days you will say, no, I will not be able to do this, and this came up, or you start giving excuses. So this is only for you to know yourself. Okay, I'm not asking anyone that who got a score of what. Only if you get a score of 5, you can let me know. So are you an organized person? Are you responsible? Are you a reliable person? So if you have a score of 3 or above, anybody has a score of 3 or above? Okay, Anjali says she has. I'm sure there would be few more people who would be having this.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay, Pulkit has also raised his hand. And yeah, so you can conclude about your personality is that you are punctual, you are self-disciplined, and you are detailed oriented. आप पंक्चुअल रहते हैं कहीं पे जाने के लिए, आप अपने टाइम की कदर करते हैं, आप डिसिप्लिन मेंटेन करके रखते हैं अपनी लाइफ में, और आपको डिटेल ओरिएंटेड होना बहुत पसंद है. यू लाइक टू कैच होल्ड ऑफ द डिटेल्स. I'm sure you are able to resonate with the conclusion. Okay, next we go on to, this is another set of questions that I want you to consider. Do you like to indulge in social activities? Are you outgoing? Are you not afraid to speak up for yourself without hurting others? That means आप खुद के लिए स्टैंड लेते हैं, आप खुद के लिए बोलते हैं, but at the same time आप रूड नहीं होते, आप किसी को हर्ट नहीं करते. You don't hurt anyone. But this does not mean that you always people please someone. This means that you do not hurt someone, but at the same time you stand up for yourself. So if you have a score of 3.5, 4 or 5, that means you are a sociable person. Your personality is sociable. Your personality is assertive. आप एक assertive speaker हैं. Assertive क्या होता है? Anybody who knows what is assertive speaker?
The person who can speak clearly their emotions to others.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Rahul. Okay, I'll give you the exact definition of assertive speaker. Assertive speaker is that speaker who can clearly take stand of themselves, who can speak about themselves, but at the same time, they consider the other person's perspective also in a respectful manner. So if two friends are going out for an outing, one wants to go north, one wants to go south. Now, if B is not assertive, then B will say, okay, A, let's go to north only. B will not put forward his opinion. But if B is an assertive speaker, B will say that I understand A, that you want to go to north. But last year also we went to north. I want to go to south, but I know that you don't want to go to south because you have been there 10 times already. So let's plan a middle ground where we can go to some place, maybe in the middle of India, but let's not go to north, let's not go to south. Now in this, what happened is B put forward his point, but at the same time did not disrespect A. So that is assertive speaker. That is the assertive personality. Is this clear to everyone? What is an assertive speaker? Okay. If it is not, you can ask me. Okay, so if the score for these questions is 3.5, 4 or 5, then you are a sociable personality, you are an assertive speaker, and you are talkative. Now, does not mean that you are extremely talkative. If somebody has a score of 3.5 or 4, they are talkative, but they also know when to stop. Okay, next. Are you a kind person? Do you cooperate with others or only think about yourself? So that means when you're operating in a team, do you cooperate with others? Or do you make a fuss that, I want everybody to listen to me only. No, we will work like this only. So do you only think about yourself, or are you cooperative with other people? Are you able to understand what others must be going through in different situations? So if your score is above 3.5, 4 or 5, this means you are compassionate, you are considerate, and you are cooperative. So who all got a score of 3.5 and above in this? Okay, Anjali raised the hand. Okay, Pulkit, and 3 more people have raised their hand. Okay, Abhishek also. Thank you so much. That means you're compassionate, you're considerate, and you're cooperative. You have the cooperative personality. Next, now as you see in this picture, this girl might be feeling certain emotion and she's trying to hide herself, right? It's very common to face positive emotion or to negative emotion. But the question here says that do you get overpowered by your emotions? क्या आपके emotions आप पे हावी हो जाते हैं? This is the question that you need to recognize. Do you tend to experience negative emotions such as anxiety, depression, anger easily? Now, there's no harm that if you experience negative emotions, because we are living in a world where it is absolutely okay to experience either positive or negative emotion. But these questions are just for your understanding that do you tend to experience these negative emotions a little more, a little frequently? Okay. So if the answer is, if your score is above 3.5, 3.54, 4.5, or 5, that means you are more sensitive to stress. Your personality is more sensitive towards stress, and you have a greater risk of mental health, condition. So in that case, you need to take care of yourself. And once you are able to regulate your negative emotions by either seeking the support system or by doing your self care activities, by talking to someone that you trust, you will be able to maintain a good personality. Okay, so again, I want to repeat that it is not bad that if you experience any of this, because every emotion, it makes us human being. But the only thing is, do you let it overpower yourself? Don't let it overpower yourself. Whenever you are not able to deal with it, you can seek support from professionals. And in that case, it will help you to maintain a good personality when you know how to deal with the negative emotions. Okay, so so how was this activity where we understood the different dimensions of your personality? Did you get some insights on this about yourself? Anybody would like to say anything? Okay, thank you, Ishprabha. Thank you, Anjali. I hope you got to know something about yourself. Okay, now let's do a self-awareness activity. Okay, I want everyone to please close your eyes. In this case, if you want, you can switch on your camera or switch it off. Anything is okay with me. Please close your eyes. Please follow this activity as I say. Now, take a deep breath and release it. Again, take a deep breath, deep one, and release it. Again, take a deep breath and release it. And now let go of anything which is distracting you right now. Just let go of it. And now, whatever is your age, I want you to add 10 years to it. So if you're 18, imagine yourself to be 28 years old. If you're 19, imagine yourself to be 29 years old. If you are 20, imagine yourselves to be 30 years old. So imagine yourself 10 years from now. And as you imagine yourself 10 years from now, I want you to visualize everything that you're seeing in front of yourself. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to think, what kind of person are you? Suppose if you're 20 right now and you have become 30, what kind of person are you? What kind of person are you seeing as you close your eyes? What kind of life you are living? Try to see the picture in front of you. What kind of life are you living? Then what kind of relationships do you have with people around you? With your family, with your colleagues, with your friends? What kind of relationships do you have in your life? Can you see the picture of some people who are so close to your heart and some new people who have entered your life? And I also want you to think, what skills and knowledge do you have when you are 30 years old? What are the skills and knowledge that you can see just in front of you? What are the activities that you do on a daily basis, on a regular basis? Keep your eyes still closed. I want you to again think of these questions. I'm repeating the questions. What kind of person have you become? What kind of life are you living? What kind of relationships do you have in your life? What are the skills and the knowledge that you have acquired in these 10 years? And what are the activities that you do on a regular basis? Now, if you feel okay, if you get the answers, you can open your eyes slowly. If you open your eyes, you can let me know what you saw there. So this is a self-awareness activity. Anyone who would like to share their inputs? Yes, do I have anyone here? I want you to come out of this activity now. Open your eyes and share something. Share the answers that you got. I'll be repeating the questions in front of you. I just want one volunteer to please share their answer. Is there anyone who would want to share? Okay. If not, then I would want that we can go ahead with our session. So now we start with understanding the various skills that you can include in your personality to develop your personality. As you see, I have made 2 rows here. A table is there with 2 rows and 3 columns. So there are total 6 things that I'll be discussing in this session, and I would want you to participate equally. First, communication skills. They develop your personality. Second, इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. जब आपके अंदर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस होती है तो आपकी पर्सनैलिटी उभर के बाहर आती है. थर्ड, जब आप गोल सेट करते हैं एंड जब आप टाइम मैनेज करते हैं अपनी लाइफ का तो आपकी पर्सनैलिटी इनहैंस होती है. फोर्थ, when you know how to work in a team and when you know how to work like a leader, it helps you to improve your personality. Next, when you know how to deal with conflicts in your life, that helps you to improve your personality. And the last, when you are mindful. Mindful means when you know how to live in the present moment. So if you are attending this session, you know how to live in the present moment and you know how to deal with stress. You know how to manage your stress. If you know how to live in the present moment and how to deal with your stress, then that helps to improve your personality. Is everybody okay till here? Yes? Okay, thank you, Weber. Okay, thank you so much for interacting. Let's start with the first. What is the first that we are focusing on here? Communication skills. Okay, so I want to ask someone that what do you think, how you can improve your communication skills? Any inputs, anyone, quickly?
By practicing.
By practicing it, okay. Very good, Ishprabha, you have raised your hand.
By listening English podcast.
Okay, great. I also want to ask one thing. Is communication only related to speaking in English?
No, ma'am.
No.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people that I meet, they always think that if they are saying they want to improve their communication skills, it means they want to improve their English speaking skills. But that's really not true. Communication can happen in any language. Okay, it can happen in Hindi, it can happen in English, any language. It just means that you communicate things to the other people at the right place, at the right time, and in a simple way. तो अगर आप सही टाइम पे, सही जगह पे, सही इंसान को इजी तरीके से कुछ चीज बता सकते हैं या एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं, दैट मीन्स यू हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. Okay, so let's look at some pointers here. You can practice active listening. बहुत important है. अगर आपको अपनी communication skills को बढ़ाना है, then please practice active listening. लोगों की बातें सुनो. Every time, don't think that I should speak. Think, how can I listen and learn more? Okay. Then second is practice public speaking. Third, practice non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication क्या होता है? Apart from what you speak from your mouth, whatever gestures you make, what is your body language, everything else, that is your non-verbal communication. So you should practice that as well. And the last is expand vocabulary. So I've taken a few points here, although there are many ways to improve communication skills, but just because this session has to be kept a little compact, so I've taken 4 important pointers here. And now we are going to discuss these 4 pointers in detail. Okay, practice active listening. Now, can anyone tell me हम active listener कैसे बन सकते हैं? आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि कोई आपको सुन रहा है अच्छे से कि नहीं? Any quick inputs?
By giving feedbacks.
By giving feedback. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Anjali.
I think we need to have a patience and we need to be empathetic by listening others.
Okay, great. पेशेंस होना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर पेशेंस नहीं होता है तो कोई किसी की बात सुनता नहीं है एंड दो लोग आपस में झगड़ने लग जाते हैं. So very good. Thank you for sharing that, Rahul. So first is pay close attention to what the other person is saying. चाहे वो आपका क्लासमेट ही क्यों ना हो या आपका कोई जूनियर ही क्यों ना हो, आराम से सुनो कि वो एग्जैक्टली कह क्या रहा है. अपने मन में assumptions मत बनाओ that I know कि वो क्या कह रहे हैं. Don't make assumptions. And for this session also, I don't want anyone to make assumptions that I know what personality development is, what I know what active listening is. I know it. If you go with the attitude of I know it, you will never be able to become an active listener. So an active listener just removes all the assumptions from their mind and just listens what exactly the other person is speaking. Next, show interest in their message. उसमें interest दिखाओ. And for that, what you can do is if you notice yourself, whenever you start developing interest in someone else's message, your head is going to tilt either to the right hand side or to the left hand side. So that is how you can practice active listening. Interest जगाओ. अगर आपको लगता है कि अरे ये सामने वाला जो topic है, that is not of my interest, but you know that you're just talking to that person for 5 minutes, develop interest in that topic. You can just show respect to that person by developing interest and just stay curiosity. Next, make eye contact. Eye contact is very important. If you're playing with your pen or you're looking into your phone and speaking to someone, or you're making your notes and then speaking to someone, then or you're showing your back towards the other person and still you're speaking, or you're trying to just move out from the class and you're speaking to someone and you're not making eye contact, then it's not active listening. And last is ask questions. Okay? And that was the second last. And the last is paraphrase what the speaker said. So paraphrase is equivalent to giving the feedback. Not exactly, but just equivalent to what Anjali said. तो जब हम किसी को फीडबैक देते हैं, दैट मीन्स हमने उनकी बात सुनी है, तभी तो हम उन्हें फीडबैक दे रहे हैं. बट पैराफ्रेज का मतलब होता है कि अगर मैं आपको पूरा ये पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट एंड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स की वर्कशॉप आई एम कंडक्टिंग, एट द एंड इफ यू कैन समराइज in 2 to 3 lines what were your takeaways, that is called paraphrasing. So जब भी सामने वाला आपको कोई स्टोरी बता रहा है या अपनी कोई बात बता रहा है, तो आपको जैसे बीच में मौका मिलता है, you can start to paraphrase what that person said. Now you don't have to repeat exactly what that person said. Just say it in a sentence or two in your own words, a gist of it. That gist is called paraphrasing. So this is how you can practice active listening, and if you are an active listener, you are a good communicator. Next, practice public speaking. So how many of you are involved in public speaking activities in your college? Different ways to improve your public speaking skills. Okay, Anjali raised her hand. Okay, great. Rahul also raised his hand. So if you practice public speaking, I would say nothing is beyond practicing. जैसे ही मौका मिले, start practicing it. It will automatically improve your communication skills. Okay? And the third is improve non-verbal communication. Now, a biggest mistake that some of the speakers or communicators make when they are doing public speaking is that they only focus on their verbal communication. That means they only focus on their speech. What is the content of their speech? But if you do not rehearse your non-verbal communication, then the impact of your communication will not be to that extent to which you want. So non-verbal communication is equally important as verbal communication. So how you can do that? Practice good posture. I would request everyone, if you are lying down or you are sitting like that, just maintain a good posture. Keep your shoulders straight and keep your back straight. Many people have the habit of folding their shoulders, and it happens by default. So if you can practice your good posture, it will help you to improve your non-verbal communication. Next, maintain eye contact. जब भी आप सामने वाले से बात कर रहे हैं या आप अपने नेबर से बात कर रहे हो, you're talking to your teacher, you're talking to your colleagues, you're talking to your friends, or you're talking to an auditorium where there are 100 or 500 people sitting, maintain eye contact. Now, in that case, you cannot maintain eye contact with everyone if there are 100 people, but at least make eye contact with a few people. Okay? Next, use appropriate facial expressions. Very important. Practice it. I'm sure many of you like acting. So if you are actors or you like acting or you are in dramatics or theaters and everything like that, then it will be very easy for you to focus on your facial expressions. And जब हम अपने facial expressions पे focus करते हैं और उसको match करते हैं जो हम बोल रहे हैं, then हमारा communication का impact बहुत ज़्यादा rise हो जाता है. It increases. But if I say that I'm very happy, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to be here. If I just say it like this, and the other way is I'm very happy to be here. So it makes a difference because I'm changing my facial expressions. Right? Next, expand vocabulary. So how do you guys expand your vocabulary?
By reading books.
By reading books. Okay, great. One thing I would want to say that good communication or good communicator does not mean that you have a very fancy vocabulary. It is a myth. If you have good vocabulary, that's good. But even if you do not have a very fancy vocabulary, you can still be a good communicator, because in communication, we focus on simple language. And जितना ज़्यादा simple आप अपनी language को use करोगे, सामने वाला उतनी जल्दी आपकी बात को समझेगा. So don't run after very fancy vocabulary, specifically when you're talking to normal public. आप normal vocabulary use करो जो एक regular usage में होती है, और बहुत fancy words के पीछे हमेशा अगर भागोगे, then you might miss out on the opportunity of conveying your message rightly to the other person. Okay, so simple vocabulary is also fine till the time you are able to convey your message. So read a lot, learn the new words, don't forget to make a note of these words, practice the words. Okay, practice in conversation and practice in writing. So this was about communication skills. Now we'll move on to a case study. Okay, so if you see, this case study is about, there's an office and there are 4 departments in it, and they all had to work on a project together. Okay, all the 4 departments have to work together on a project, but bad communication becomes an issue in this scenario. So we are going to see some examples of how bad communication can happen between different departments or team, and what can be the result. So, lack of clarity. I have this slide in front of me. Can anyone explain me that in your real life, have you experienced lack of clarity? कि सामने वाला आपको अच्छे से explain कर रहा है, but आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हो what they are trying to tell you. Have you experienced lack of clarity in communicating with other people? Okay, thank you for answering. So here if we see, the project manager did not provide clear instructions on what was expected of the team, जिससे क्या हुआ, जितने भी टीम मेंबर्स थे उन्हें कंफ्यूजन हो गया, सब अपना अपना काम करने लगे एंड बाद में पता चला कि वो काम करना ही नहीं था जो उन्होंने किया, बिकॉज द प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर डिड नॉट प्रोवाइड क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शंस टू एवरीवन. So it's very important that if you're working in a team, don't use fancy vocabulary, stick to normal words, stick to normal language, and make sure that what you're trying to convey, the other person is also understanding that in the same manner. Okay, next, if we look at what another bad communication happened in that team, poor listening skills. Some team members did not listen to other team members, and because of that, it led to misunderstanding and miscommunication. Now, you think in your class, if you're working together in a team and 5 people are working together and one person is not ready to listen to anyone, and that person always interrupts everyone while speaking. So don't you think it will lead to misunderstanding and miscommunication? Yes, same happened in this scenario. And ineffective feedback. Suppose I am the project manager and I told Anjali that Anjali, your presentation was good or your task was good. That means I am not giving a proper feedback to Anjali. I'm just using the word good. How will Anjali know what was good in her presentation? So जब हम ineffective feedback किसी को देते हैं तो वो एक सही communication नहीं होती. If I say Anjali, your presentation was okay. Some things were good, some things are meant for improvement. How will Anjali know what are the things meant for improvement in her presentation? I need to tell her very specifically what needs to be improved. And I should make pointers for that. And if I don't do it, it will result in bad communication. So is everyone clear with this case study that how when people do not give effective feedback, they do not listen properly, and they're not clear with their language, it leads to ineffective communication. Okay, Dravya and Vinamrita, Rahul, okay, Mitali, thank you so much for letting me know that you understood this. Okay, right? So please understand, here we did not talk about English language at all. Okay, language has nothing to do with your good communication skills. But yes, it is very important that you use the language which other people also understand. So here in between, I'm using Hindi language also. Is everybody able to understand Hindi? I'm assuming that since you are in Delhi, you would be able to. But if there's someone from the other part of India, they might not be able to. In that case, you can let me know. Okay. The next part of our personality. हमने communication skills तो develop कर लिए. अब हमें क्या develop करना है? Emotional intelligence, EI. हम सब क्या करते हैं ना, अपने intelligence पे focus करते हैं, intelligence question पे focus करते हैं. Emotional intelligence पे बहुत कम लोग focus कर रहे हैं, and that is why in this world we have very few people who have high emotional intelligence. And once you start to interact with other people, you realize कि emotional intelligence का होना कितना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है आज की लाइफ में. सिर्फ इंटेलिजेंस होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, आप बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हो सकते हो, आप बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स आपके आ सकते हैं, आप हर चीज़ को बहुत अच्छे से, आपको न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी में बहुत इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है, आपको रीडिंग का बहुत शौक हो सकता है, you would be very good with your technical skills. But if you lack in emotional intelligence, your relationships will not be great. So, in order to improve your personality, work on your emotional intelligence. And for that, there are 3 steps that I want you to follow. Practice self reflection, develop empathy, and practice emotional regulation. Now, you might be thinking, कि मैम ये तो बहुत सारे steps हैं, पता नहीं इनका meaning क्या है. So, let's discuss these steps in detail. Okay? Practice self reflection. Just listen carefully. आपको ये समझना है कि आपके इमोशंस क्या क्या रहते हैं, आपको कब किस टाइम पे किस टाइप के इमोशंस फील होते हैं. What is your reaction when you're talking to a friend or when you are in a difficult situation? आपका रिएक्शन क्या रहता है? क्या आप एकदम से गुस्सा कर देते हो या आप शांत होकर सोचते हो कि ओके whatever I'm speaking it should not hurt the other person? And what is your motivation? आपको किन किन चीजों से मोटिवेशन मिलता है लाइफ में काम करने के लिए? Like for me, if you ask, I do not like winter season, I do not like rainy season, because my motivation is a little bit dependent on the weather. So if the weather outside is something which I don't like, I feel like trapped inside my house and I don't feel good. That's a natural response that I am experiencing in myself. So my motivation level drops. I try to then improve my motivation for work, but if it is heavily raining outside and it's not very sunny, I don't find myself to be very efficient in my work. So my motivation level is dependent on that. Another motivation level that I have is that if I wake up early in the morning and I have done my exercise, then I'm very motivated to start working. But if I did not exercise, I did not eat properly, and I simply woke up late and I started working, it does not motivate me. Right? So you need to understand, you need to ask yourself, like, what are your emotions, reactions, and motivation? What triggers my emotion? ऐसी कौन सी चीजें होती हैं मेरी लाइफ में जिससे मेरे इमोशंस ट्रिगर हो जाते हैं? That means what makes me happy, what makes me sad, what makes me angry, what makes me super excited, what makes me little depressed, what makes me, it could be confused. You need to understand what are the triggers for your emotions. And the last, what are your strengths and weakness? आपके strengths क्या हैं? Okay, so are you a good communicator? Is that your strength? या फिर आप अच्छे से टाइम मैनेज करते हो, क्या वो आपका स्ट्रेंथ है? आप एक बहुत अच्छे, ओके, थैंक यू.
No.
Okay, then there could be other strengths also. Now, anybody would want to share their strengths. I'm not asking for your weakness right now. Just share your strength. Yes, anybody? आपकी strength क्या है? Are you a good friend? That could be your strength. You're a good artist.
Okay, you can write in the chat box if you're comfortable that way.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure that at least if you're not responding here, you are still able to understand what are your strengths. Your strengths could be that you are a good communicator, you are a good writer, you are good in mathematics, you're good with technology, you're good at handling relationships, you are good with contributing to the society. You could have a multiple strengths, and there could be certain weaknesses also. Yes, Rahul, you would want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. So my strength is that like I'm good in multitasking the things. Like I'm good in managing all the things at the same time.
Okay. That's great. Well, it is said that we should not multitask a lot, but I can understand what you are saying right now. There are situations in life when we need to do a lot of things together. So I really appreciate
Yeah, it's like managing the time.
Very good. Excellent. Okay, so everybody can understand what are their strengths, what are their weakness. Sweetie says that I'm a focused person, I'm a time management person. Okay, great. So see, if you are reflecting on your strengths and weakness, your triggers for emotions, your reaction, your motivation, it will really help you to understand yourself. And this will help you to become more emotionally intelligent. क्योंकि आप अपने emotions को पहचान पाओगे. आप इंटेलिजेंट बन रहे हो अपने इमोशंस को पहचानने में. Okay, next is how can we become emotionally intelligent? The second way of becoming emotionally intelligent is to develop empathy. Now, what can you see in this picture which is there on the screen? The man is holding what?
Pair of shoes.
Pair of shoes. Anybody knows what is the definition of empathy? Okay, empathy means, anyone who would like to speak? Okay, Vidushi, yes, yes, Vidushi.
Ability to understand
Okay, great. Ability to put yourself.
Basically, understanding others' emotions.
Very good.
To share feelings.
To share
Feelings.
feelings. Okay. It is quite near, but yes, what the other person said, to ability to understand other people's emotions. Okay, Sweetie is saying, please show the last screen. Okay, yes. So, Sweetie, it is all about your emotions, reactions, motivation, and आपके emotions किस चीज से trigger होते हैं? What are your strengths and weakness? That is your self-reflection. The next is empathy. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Now, suppose if you have a help at home, and if that help does not come for 2 days, some people start shouting on that help that where were you for 2 days? I had to do all the work. But do you think that person is empathetic? That person has not put themselves in other that help's shoes. And maybe that help did not come to your house for 2 days because they had an emergency in their home. Maybe it was raining heavily and the entire house got flooded with water and they did not know where to go. Because these things happen in real life, but there are very few people who actually show empathy, who actually try to put themselves in the shoes of other people and then see that how is the life situation of that other person. तो कभी भी आपकी किसी से आर्ग्यूमेंट हो, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो या डिफरेंसेस हो, always try to put yourself in other person's shoes and then speak. That will help you to not be harsh with your words. That will help you to speak with respect and dignity. Okay, next, how you can develop empathy is by asking open-ended questions. जब हम एम्पैथी डेवलप करते हैं, जब हम दूसरों की इमोशंस को समझने की कोशिश करते हैं, we should ask open-ended questions to other people. Suppose I'm talking to Dr. Ambika. Okay, so if I talk to her and she's telling me some story, then I should ask open-ended questions to her. I should ask her, okay, tell me more. Okay, then what happened after that? Okay, then how did you handle this situation? So I'm getting curious to understand what was Dr. Ambika's story. But instead of saying, okay, how did you handle the situation? If I ask her, did you handle the situation like this or did you handle the situation like that? In this case, I'm giving her two options. Then that is a closed-ended question. क्योंकि closed-ended question में या तो answer yes होता है या no होता है, or you give options in that. But open-ended question is where you just leave the question and let the other person create whatever answer they want. So try to ask open-ended questions to people rather than sticking to closed-ended questions which have just one-word answer or which have answers like yes or no. Okay, try to go for open-ended questions. That will help you to develop empathy. And the third point of developing empathy is practice emotional regulation. आपने अपने इमोशंस को समझ लिया, दूसरे के इमोशंस को समझ लिया, बट अब आपके अपने इमोशंस को रेगुलेट भी तो करना है, राइट? सो यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई योर ट्रिगर्स. आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए कि मैं कौन सी सिचुएशंस है वेयर आई फील एंग्शियस, कौन सी सिचुएशंस है व्हिच मेक मी एंग्री, कौन सी सिचुएशंस है जो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा हैप्पी बना देते हैं. यू शुड बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई द ट्रिगर्स. Then find healthy ways to cope with stress. If you are overeating or you are in your phone trying to use social media to cope with stress, then these are unhealthy ways of coping stress. In this, we are trying to numb the pain, which is not healthy in the long run. So, okay, find healthy ways of coping with stress and practice mindfulness. If you're feeling stressed out, you can just practice mindfulness. Try to bring yourself in the present moment and accept your emotions without judgment. That means tomorrow, if I have my exam and there are two chapters left right now and I have not prepared for them before, and I'm really worried, like really I'm worried. Now I can't do anything. I have to study because tomorrow I have to take my exam. What can I do in this case? I will try to bring my attention back to the present moment. Not thinking about the examination hall where I'll be tomorrow, but I'll bring my attention back to the present moment that yes, I'm sitting in front of my laptop and studying. Okay, I will observe few things around me in my room and observe their color, observe their texture, and that will help me to be in the present moment rather than going in future. And even if I am feeling anxious about tomorrow's exam, I should accept that emotion without judgment. Because if you keep judging that why am I feeling like this, I should not feel, this is not right, you will not be able to cope with it. So just accept every emotion without judgment. Is everyone clear with this point? How to practice emotional regulation? Okay, thank you, Siddhi. Okay, so there are a couple of more pointers left. Let me know like what's the maximum time that you all can extend so that I can cut short the content then. Okay, thank you, Abhishek. Rahul, can you let me know like what's the maximum time we can go?
Yes, ma'am. We can have 10-15 minutes more.
15 minutes more. Okay, so I'll try to wind it up in 10 minutes. Okay, next, goals. अगर आप अपनी लाइफ में गोल्स बना रहे हैं तो आप अपनी पर्सनैलिटी को इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं. प्लीज मेक स्मार्ट गोल्स. स्मार्ट मीन्स स्पेसिफिक, मेजरेबल, अचीवेबल, रियलिस्टिक, टाइम बाउंड. बहुत सारे लोग जो जॉब कर रहे हैं या जो वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स हैं या फिर जिनका खुद का बिजनेस है, if they do not set goals, they do not set smart goals, then they do not know where they are going in life. Everybody should set goals. Very important. And you should write your goals. Some people write their goals every day. I don't write them every day, but every month I have a notebook where I write my goals and I keep revisiting them after 2 to 3 days to see, okay, what more I need to do, what more I need to do. So set smart goals, SMART. स्पेसिफिक होने चाहिए आपके गोल्स. आपके गोल्स को आप मेजर कर सकते हो. ऐसे आप गोल सेट करो. ऐसे गोल सेट करो जिनको आप अचीव कर सकते हो. इट शुड बी अचीवेबल. Set goals which are realistic. Now suppose if somebody is 100 kgs and say that okay, in the next month I want to be 60 kg. It is not realistic. It is not achievable. So set realistic goals. Okay? And set the goals, give timeline to your goals. If the goal does not have any timeline, then you know, you can stretch the goal as much as you want. So have timelines to your goals. Okay? Set smart goals. Now let's take one example of this academic goal. Okay? So suppose Anjali says that, ma'am, I want to improve, I'm setting my academic goal right now. Okay, and Anjali got A in her semester and she wants to improve her grade to A+. So she sets a goal that I want to improve my grade by 1 letter grade within the next semester. Okay, within the next 6 months, she wants to move from A to A+. And how she's going to do that? She has written in her notebook that she will attend all the classes. She will seek the academic support and she will dedicate at least 3 hours every day to studying. So Anjali is clear of the goal. Anjali को पता है कि मुझे A से A+ जाना है. कितने टाइम में जाना है? Next semester में मुझे जाना है. Okay, by the end of the semester, she should be able to get A+. But how will she do it? So she has written that also. कि process क्या रहेगा उस goal तक achieve करने का? So Anjali ने ये decide किया that she will attend all classes, she will seek the academic support, and she will dedicate at least 3 hours every day to studying. Does this make it clear? Okay, Sweetie is asking, okay, please Last slide. Okay. So, sweetie, I showed this slide on goals. Your goals have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Specific goal set करो. ऐसे मत बोलो कि मुझे बहुत जब मेरी जॉब लगी कि मुझे बहुत पैसे कमाने हैं. नो, आपके पास एक स्पेसिफिक नंबर होना चाहिए कि इससे इस रेंज के बीच आई वांट टू अर्न मनी. ओके, देन मेजरेबल, आप उसको मेजर कर सकते हो. लाइक सपोज इफ यू वांट टू लूज वेट, you are 100 right now and you want to come to 90, so you can measure it. Once you come to 90, you know that you have reduced 10 kgs, so it should be measurable. Achievable, वो achievable भी होना चाहिए. Now somebody who is earning maybe 1 lakh rupee and that person says that okay, from next month I want to start earning 1 crore, is it possible? It's not achievable at all, right? So you have to be थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिकल होना पड़ता है. अचीवेबल गोल सेट करो, रियलिस्टिक गोल सेट करो और गोल्स को एक टाइमलाइन दे दो. दिस इज व्हाट वी डिस्कस्ड इन एकेडमिक गोल्स. ओके, नाउ कैसे आप अपनी पर्सनालिटी बना सकते हो. आपने गोल सेट कर लिया, आपने कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स इंप्रूव कर लिया, आपने इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस अपनी इंप्रूव कर दी. एंड ऐसे दिस इज नॉट अ वन टाइम टास्क, यू हैव टू कीप ऑन फोकसिंग ऑन इट. So you're focusing on your communication skills, you're focusing on your emotional intelligence, and you're focusing on your goals. Okay. At the same time, you should learn how to manage your time. So there are various ways to manage your time. First, prioritize your task. Now suppose you know कि आपको 1 week के अंदर आपका कोई एग्जाम है, तो वो आपके लिए एक important task है, आपको पढ़ना है, but वो 1 week में है आपका एग्जाम. But right now, if you have a pet at home and that you have to take that pet to veterinary doctor, then that's an urgent thing. So you can't keep studying right now knowing that okay, I have an important exam after 1 week, because an urgent task has come into picture. So if you know that tomorrow I have to take the dog to the veterinary doctor because I've scheduled the appointment, so that is urgent. So please make 2 columns of urgent task and important task in your life. जब भी आपको लगे कि मैं बहुत ओवरवेल्म फील कर रही हूँ या बहुत ओवरवेल्म फील कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज देयर इज टू मच टू डू, मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ द टास्क दैट यू नीड टू डू एंड कैटेगराइज देम इन अर्जेंट एंड इम्पोर्टेंट. जो इम्पोर्टेंट है आपको पता है कि वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, वो करना है, बट जो अर्जेंट है वो अभी करना है. ओके, नेक्स्ट, प्लान अहेड. एवरी डे आई वुड सजेस्ट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू स्लीप, प्लान कि आप कल क्या करोगे. अगर आप प्लान नहीं करोगे, अगर आप टाइम टेबल नहीं बनाओगे, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू मैनेज योर टाइम. ओके, सो प्लीज प्लान अहेड. नेक्स्ट, अवॉइड डिस्ट्रैक्शंस. अगर आपने सोचा है कि इस टास्क पे मुझे काम करना है, पुट अवे सोशल मीडिया, पुट अवे ऑल द डिस्ट्रैक्शंस, फोन एंड एवरीथिंग, एट लीस्ट फॉर सम ड्यूरेशन. Distractions removing is very important. Next, learn to say no. Now, you don't have to be people pleaser all the time. That कोई भी आ रहा है and they are saying यहाँ चले, okay, let's go. यहाँ चले, okay, let's go. Okay, इस project में मेरी help कर दो, okay, I will help you. Okay, मुझे ये वाले notes दे दो, okay, you are giving your notes although you want to study. So, I'm not saying that don't be a nice person. Be a nice person, be a kind person, but know that if you always keep on giving your time to anyone else, then they will utilize your time. How you will utilize your time? So learn to say no. Okay, and don't feel guilty that I'm saying no to my best friend, that I won't be able to go out with my best friend. No, don't feel guilty about it. Sometimes you need to prioritize yourself in your life and take breaks. So in order to improve your efficiency, you must take breaks. Taking breaks is not harmful at all. People think, oh, I'll take a lot of breaks, it will reduce my efficiency. I would say after every 1 hour you can take break. After every 25 minutes, after every 30 minutes, you can take like 2 minutes break. Breaks help you to recharge and it improves your efficiency. Okay, so if you learn to manage time, automatically you will improve your personality. And the next is leadership skills. Okay, so there are 3 things that we are going to cover in leadership skills: vision, empathy, and accountability. Now this might look like too much to cover, but I'll just simplify it. So I want to ask someone, what do you think, who is a leader? Anyone? लीडर क्या होता है? I really appreciate who all are staying in the meeting and listening. Thank you so much. We'll just wind up in the next 5 to 7 minutes. Who is a leader? Okay. लीडर वो होता है जिसके पास एक क्लियर विजन हो कि मुझे ये विजन अचीव करना है, और वो विजन अपनी टीम को भी बताता है, और अच्छी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स यूज करके वो अपनी टीम को बताएगा कि हमारा विजन ये है, हम सबको ये अचीव करना है, और वो टीम को इंस्पायर करता है विजन को अचीव करने में। तो हर एक लीडर के पास एक विजन होता है, वो वाला विजन जो है पूरी टीम को इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के थ्रू बताता है, एंड देन दैट पर्सन आल्सो इंस्पायर्स द टीम टू टेक एक्शन. It doesn't make fun of the team members when they are not able to achieve it, but that leader always inspires the team member. Okay, so that the leader will have a vision. तो आप भी अपनी विजन डेवलप करो. अगर आप किसी टीम में काम कर रहे हो तो देखो कि कैसे मैं आज मुझे लीडरशिप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मिली है, तो क्या मैंने विजन सोच रखा है अपने ग्रुप का, क्या मैंने उस विजन को एवरी मेंबर तक कन्वे करा है? हैव आई कन्वेड दैट विजन टू ईच एंड एवरी मेंबर ऑफ द टीम, और हैव आई कन्वेड इट टू ओनली 2 people and I am assuming that everybody will get to know that vision? You have to convey to everyone in simple language using good communication skills, and you have to inspire each and every team member. Now some will be very efficient in doing the work and some may not be. You don't have to make fun of anyone who you think is taking more time to do that task. You always have to keep inspiring your team members in terms of a leader, if you are a leader. Okay, so that will help you to improve your personality. Next, empathy. A leader always has empathy. लीडर कभी किसी का मजाक नहीं बनाता अपने टीम में, लीडर गुस्सा नहीं होता, लीडर्स अपने इमोशंस को कंट्रोल में रखता है, और लीडर जो है प्रॉब्लम्स आने पे ब्लेम नहीं करता किसी को, बल्कि सॉल्यूशन निकालने की बात देखता है. अ लीडर ट्राइज टू फाइंड द सॉल्यूशन बिकॉज ही अंडरस्टैंड्स, ही एम्पथाइजेस विद एवरीवन. एंड जब कोई लीडर एम्पैथी क्रिएट करता है, उससे एक पॉजिटिव वर्क एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट होता है. Okay, so you have to understand that if you're working with 5 members in your team, everybody's personality will be different. You cannot expect that everybody should understand everything in one moment only. Some people will understand, some will take time. You also be patient, empathize with them. उनके shoes को पहन के देखो and then see that why are some people taking more time to do that task. If you show empathy, you will never feel bad and your team members will feel supported. उन्हें एक positive environment feel होगा leader के through. It's very important to show empathy. And last, if you are a leader and you want to show your good personality, take responsibility for your actions. अगर कोई success होती है टीम की, then appreciate everyone. Applaud everyone for the success of the team. But जब failure होता है and you know that it is because of one person, don't try to demean that person in front of the entire team. Take the responsibility on yourself. As a leader, that leader should take responsibility on himself or herself. Because the leader is leading. So if a team fails, that means the leader has to take the responsibility. And if the leader makes any mistake also, then the leader admits that mistake. अगर टीम से कोई मिस्टेक होती है तो लीडर एडमिट करता है कि ठीक है मिस्टेक हो गई, let's move ahead, let's see what better we can do. There's no harm in admitting the mistake. That's the quality of a leader. So if you behave like a leader, not like a manager, but if you behave like a leader, you have a vision for your team, you empathize with people and you take responsibility for your actions. आपने अगर कोई डिसीजन आज लिया है अपनी टीम के लिए and you work on it for 1 month and you don't get the results, then you don't play the blame game. You don't say, no, you didn't, you all agreed to the decision, you didn't tell me this. You don't have to play a blame game. Take accountability that on that day, if I made a decision, I did my best. Now, today, if that decision didn't work, it's okay. You have to take the team together. That is what a leader is. Okay? And then you should know how to solve conflicts. Now, if you can see in this picture, both the people are pointing fingers at each other. This is not the right way of handling conflicts at all. When you step out from your college world to the professional world, and also in college, I would recommend everyone to be calm and professional when you're dealing with conflicts. Don't shout at anyone and remain calm. Give your opinion, but respect other person's opinion also. And focus on finding a solution. जब भी हमारी लाइफ में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है तो हम सोचते हैं कि I should win. I will show to the other person that their opinion is wrong. That is not the right way of handling conflict. If you focus on the problem, you will never be able to solve the conflict. But if you focus on finding the solution, you will be able to solve the conflict. I repeat again, if you focus on the problem, you will never be able to solve the conflict. It will keep on going. Two people will keep on arguing. But if you focus on the solution, then you will be able to resolve the conflict as soon as possible. So whenever there is a difference of opinion of you with the other person, and you think that for the 10 minutes we have talked to each other, but we are not coming to any common ground, just respectfully tell your viewpoint and say that to the other person that I also respect you, but I'm not able to, I don't like your decision, so I won't be able to agree with it. And see what is a common ground that you can come at. Okay? Is it clear till here, everyone? Do you think that you should focus on effective conflict resolution skills if you want to improve your personality? Yes, definitely. Because if you step out in the professional world and you start raising your voice and you start blaming someone else, that's not professional. So we should learn to be calm, professional. And even if you think that in a conflict, you raised your voice sometime and then you feel guilty about it, you can always apologize and say, I'm sorry for raising my voice and I shouldn't have done it. Let's discuss and let's sit down calmly and discuss how we can go ahead. So always try to look for the solution. Problem पे अगर हम फंसे रहेंगे तो हमारा कभी conflict solve ही नहीं होगा. Okay? And the last one, which is my favorite, mindfulness. अगर आपको अच्छी पर्सनैलिटी डेवलप करनी है तो आप माइंडफुलनेस पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करो. So what is mindfulness? Can anyone tell me? I just told this a few minutes ago.
Be in the present moment.
Being in the present moment. So right now, everyone just forget which lecture you have to attend tomorrow or what you will do after the session will get over. If you just focus on this presentation and this workshop right now, and just look at your laptop and just look at your surroundings, observe your surroundings, see what lights are there, see what things are kept in front of you. That means you are in the present moment. And जब हम mindful होते हैं, हमारी personality अच्छी हो जाती है. And when our personality improves, our relationship with other people also improves. So develop mindfulness. Now let's see how we can develop mindfulness. You can practice gratitude, practice forgiveness, and practice self-care. Let's see. I want you to do this activity of gratitude. I want one volunteer right now, and they can use their left hand. This is an activity I do every day 5 times. Whenever I feel there's too much to do in my life and I feel overwhelmed and I feel, oh my God, now I have to do so many things more and the time is just rushing by, I take a moment, I take a deep breath, I take my left hand and I count 5 gratitudes on 5 fingers and my hand feels energized. Can anyone do this gratitude activity right now? What are the 5 things that you are grateful for in the moment? Let me hear from someone. I'm very excited to hear about this. Gratitude. Believe me, mark my words. If you start to be grateful every single day, it will solve so many problems. I do this gratitude ritual every day 5 times. Can anyone just quickly volunteer, show your left hand, and let's do the gratitude? It's magical. We should do it. Everyone should do it. Anyone? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Those who are there in the session, please. Just one person. I'll show you how to do gratitude. Okay, Ishprabha. Yes, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, so at the present moment, I'm grateful to my parents, obviously. Then to my friends. Then to the Dyal Singh College for giving us opportunity of such a great workshop. Then to the Wi-Fi that's working properly today.
Wonderful.
And then to I think God I've mentioned or not?
No, you haven't mentioned.
Okay, so God.
Okay, great. Well done. Thank you, Ishprabha, for volunteering. This
Welcome
was
so much.
so important. I am grateful for the food that I eat every day. Today, whatever I ate, I'm grateful that I have water in my home because without water, I know it's so difficult to survive. I'm grateful that I have Wi-Fi connection in my home, that I can sit from the comfort of my home and take this workshop for you. I am grateful for the two mobile phones that I have. Now, whatever purpose I'm using it for, that's a different thing. But without mobile phone, I really cannot imagine my life to be. And I'm grateful that it's a beautiful weather outside, and just God just gave me another day to live. So quickly, everyone, you can practice gratitude on a daily basis and see that if your personality starts to change, your personal reality change. जब आप ग्रैटिट्यूड में अपनी लाइफ को जीते हो, प्रॉब्लम्स पे फोकस करने की बजाय, आपकी लाइफ बहुत ब्यूटीफुल हो जाएगी. बट इनिशियली आपको लगेगा कि मैम कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा, मैं ऐसे ही बस ग्रैटिट्यूड लिखे जा रही हूँ, बोले जा रही हूँ. गिव योरसेल्फ 10 or 15 days. Get a notebook and start writing 5 gratitude every day. But don't write it for the sake of writing. Write it with full intention and feeling. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी में बहुत ज्यादा चेंज आएगा. Your perspective will change towards other people. Next, forgiveness. अगर आपको अपनी पर्सनैलिटी इंप्रूव करनी है, you should learn how to forgive. It's easier said than done. Some people are sensitive. They hold on to the grudges, to the wrong that was done to them. But remember that if you hold on to the grudges, you are destroying your own health. So just try to let go of the past. You can seek someone's help, how to let go of the past. I help certain students, I help individuals of how to deal with all these things. And then, once they release all their past events which were not very good for them, they feel so good, and they ultimately feel a change in their personality. So अब जितनी ज़्यादा past की चीज़ों को, if they are negative, you will hold on to them, your body will become so heavy. You will not feel lighter. But the moment you start to release them, you will have a different shine in your personality. Let go of the past. किसी ने आपके साथ बुरा किया, किसी ने आपको rudely बोला, किसी ने ये किया वो किया. It's okay. And ultimately, we all are God's creatures, and we came on this planet for our own journey. तो हमारे साथ अगर कुछ अच्छा होता है, that is also as per God's wish, and if something wrong also happens, that is because God wanted us to teach some lesson, and we come on this planet to learn our lesson. So it's okay. Don't stick too much to the past, okay? And practice to forgive yourself. अगर आपको लगता है आपने in the past you did some mistake and you're not able to forget that, try to be little compassionate with yourself and try to forgive yourself. जिस दिन आप खुद को forgive कर देंगे, you will feel so good. Your personality will go to another level. Okay? And the last, self-care. Spend time in nature. Nature is the best healer. Nature is the best healer. If you feel that your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health is not going very good, see how much time you are spending in nature. It would be very less. The moment you start to spend more time in nature, under the sun, on the grass, you are there amongst the trees, you will start to feel better. Nature is the best healer. Then see, in exercising, do you want to go for yoga, meditation? Okay, so these things, help you to practice self care. और जब आप अपना ध्यान रखते हैं, आप अपनी personality का ध्यान रखते हैं. Also be aware of the content you consume. If there is a content that you're watching which is not serving you, which is creating negative emotions inside you, then it is not worth watching. So see what content you are watching. आप environment से क्या content absorb कर रहे हैं? Is it for your good growth? Is it for your self development? Or is it just for time pass? You have to look what content you are consuming. If you pay attention to your self care, your personality will automatically improve. Okay? And this is one last thing, savers. This savers routine आप follow कर सकते हो. There is a book called The Miracle Morning. It is written by Al Elrod. His best-selling book is The Miracle Morning. It mentions this SAVERS. Silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading and scribing. S for silence. Silence में अपना time गुजारो. बहुत शोर है आजू बाजू. Try to spend your time in silence. Affirmations, positive statements अपने बारे में use करो during the day. Visualize. Visualization activity मैंने अभी आपको कराई थी, that close your eyes and think that you're 30 years old, what kind of life you're living, what kind of work you're doing, and what activities you're doing, what skills and knowledge you have. I asked you to close your eyes and visualize. तो आपने एक picture imagine किया था, right? So start visualizing good for yourself. It's very powerful, I'm telling you, very powerful. Visualize. Exercise. Don't take exercise for granted. No matter how much you are involved in your daily routine, find some time for exercise. Otherwise, later you will regret that I did not start exercise at a young age. Read. Reading, very important for your mental fitness. And scribing. So जब आप read करते हो, that is very good. At the end, also have a notebook where you can just scribe. Scribe is called paper dumping. That means जो आपके mind में चल रहा है, उसको बस आप dump कर रहे हो paper में. तो अगर आपको बहुत anxious feel हो रहा है, बहुत sad feel हो रहा है, या कोई emotion है जो आपसे handle नहीं करा जा रहा, write it. Exact जो आपको feel हो रहा है, exactly आप वही write करो अपनी notebook में. And you don't have to show that notebook to anyone. Just write it. That is called scribing. You will feel so light. So savers routine is something that I really recommend everyone to follow. Okay, you can see this on Google, The Miracle Morning. You will find savers routine there. It is very good for your self-care. Or जैसे your self-care will improve, your personality will improve. Okay, so you can see this savers. Practice silence, affirmations, visualization, then exercise, reading, and writing. That's all for this workshop. Let me know if you have any questions. Or you want me to go away? Thank you, Srishti.
Now the attendees are requested to put.
You want me to go to any slide? Anybody has any question? Any generic question you have? We discussed so many things. I'll just go to the first slide and show you exactly what we discussed in this entire thing so that you can ask questions from there. Please ask me questions. I really want you to participate and ask. कुछ भी आपके mind में आता है, please ask. You don't have to hesitate that, oh, if my question is good or not. No question is good or bad. Every question is an opportunity to show your courage to speak up in front of everyone, and it is an opportunity to learn. Okay, so in personality development, we basically covered these 6 areas: communication skills, emotional intelligence, goal setting, time management, teamwork and leadership, conflict, and then how to handle stress and be mindful. Okay, yes, Rahul, you have raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, we have talked about the public speaking aspect also. So, I want to ask that when we are doing effective communication, so we are getting nervous in a public, like in a public or in our surroundings where we address a lot of public. So, how do we communicate effectively or do the public speaking in that situation?
Okay, it's a situation in which you are feeling nervous, you are asking.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, for this, one very simple technique is affirmations and visualization. So if I go to this last thing of savers that I told you, in that A is affirmation and V is visualization. Before you have your presentation and you're feeling nervous, let me just go to that slide. Write some affirmations regarding yourself that I am a confident speaker and speak this 50 times. And then another affirmation could be that my the audience is applauding after listening to me. Speak this 50 times. Okay, this is affirmation. You can see. So affirmations are positive statements that you would repeat so much so that your subconscious mind gets trained. So you can practice affirmations few days before your presentation, and just before your presentation also you can practice it. And visualization. Visualization means just sit silently and visualize yourself to be on the stage and how people will be sitting and how you are speaking and how you're using your gestures and how everybody is listening and really understanding. If you will visualize, if you will create a mind movie inside you, the ultimate day when you go for your presentation, you will not feel that much nervous because your mind already has a picture of it before. And our mind cannot differentiate between the picture that we are creating and the real picture which exists. So if you use visualization before your actual presentation, your mind is, you have actually trained your mind to see yourself on the stage. And actually, when you go on stage, you don't feel that much nervous. You might still feel nervous, but you will not feel that much nervous because you have trained your mind to visualize yourself on the stage already.
Yes, ma'am. Understood. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other question? Okay, Dr. Ambika, Dr. Indu, if you would like to ask anything or you think anybody else has any inputs, let me know. I'll be happy to share.
I personally have found it very informative. I feel like you're not like going outside. That's one sort of self-awareness that I've got today as well for myself too. So
Okay.
very nice seminar. Very
Yeah, really, ma'am. Wonderful session it was. And you told us to practice gratitude, and that we all should follow.
Yes. Thank you so much for endorsing that.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend every student present here. During your student life, you will not be able to really understand the importance of gratitude. But believe me, just get a notebook. Start from today. Start 5 gratitude. Tomorrow, start 5 gratitude. Like this, you start filling your notebook. See how beautiful you will start feeling. But one thing is, don't write gratitude just for the sake of writing. Feel it and then write. Feel every word that you are writing. Okay, yes, sweetie, please tell me what's the question.
Ma'am, the gratitude is also an app.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah, sweetie, can you repeat it?
Yeah, can you repeat it, sweetie? You said there's an application for it?
I think so. She said it is an act.
It is an act, yes, yes. Gratitude is the solution for most of the problems. Just gratitude. Sometimes it's very difficult for people to let go of the negativity. In that case, we tell them just put more positivity in your life. Negativity will start to reduce. And gratitude brings more positivity. And ultimately, it will improve your personality. So, one thing I want to say to everyone, your personality creates your personal reality. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी ही आपकी पर्सनल रियलिटी को बनाएगा. तो जितना ज्यादा आप इन सारी चीजों पे ध्यान दोगे, I've already shared the PPT also. If you want, you all guys can go through it later. And if you start imbibing all these points in your life, your personality will change, and your personal reality is a direct reflection of your personality. Okay, thank you, sweetie, for writing in the chat box.
Once again, Now I would like to call upon Indu ma'am to propose the vote of thanks.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of Commerce Department of the Dyal Singh Evening College and everyone present here, I would like to thank Ms. Tanya Bhatia for this extremely informative session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the insightful information you shared with us today. It really enlightened all of us. As rightly said by ma'am in the beginning itself, all of us should wake up in the morning with highest level of energy, and then we should make use of this energy in the best possible manner, which will further help us in developing our personality. And the better we develop our personality, lesser time it will take to reach out our goals. So this session surely helped each one of us to understand the topic personality development and communication skills, and much more than that we have understood in a much better way, which will help many of us in our future endeavors. We all feel delighted to be a part of today's session. Once again, ma'am, and thank you everyone for joining this session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Indu.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of paraphrasing. Dr. Indu has summarized everything that I spoke. This is
No, it contains a lot of matter you told us. Not matter, I can say, like practice gratitude, forgiveness, and then self care, and so many points that we want to tell our students. And you told us, all of us in this 1 hour workshop.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Once again, a big thanks and appreciation to Ms. Tanya Bhatia for such an insightful session. The link for the feedback form for day one will be shared with all the attendees in the WhatsApp group itself. Kindly share your opinions. Furthermore, a heartfelt appreciation to all the teachers and attendees for joining us in this incredible session. This 2 day skill enhancement bootcamp is not yet over. We have 2 upcoming events on project finance and 3 lies about entrepreneurship. Do join us back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great evening.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And I just want to tell everyone that maintain the highest level energy in your life and keep practicing gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.